Today we're going to be working on this Ford 641 WorkMaster. Now this is an old tractor and it's got a problem and we're going to fix it up. So we're draining right now. There's 3 different drains for these 3 sections. And these 3 sections are all draining right now. And you'll see they're dripping in an oil pan or draining in a bucket. But this is what we got out so far. It's got a lot of water in it, looks like. But there's a tube that goes in right here. And then that tube goes all the way through to this section right here. And what it does is it transfers fluid from this hydraulic pump here. And it tries to keep the fluid, transfer between all of these fluids. I mean, this controls your gears and your rear end and your hydraulics, all of it. So what we got is most of it is collecting inside of here because there's a hole in the tube. And that's what we're going to be replacing is the tube. The tube is pretty long and it comes in right about here somewhere. So we're learning this. This is all new. So just bear with us and we'll get this thing changed out. Now the tools you're gonna need are gonna be 5/8. And what I've got here is I've got a regular 5/8 wrench. I got a 5/8 ratchet wrench and a 5/8 socket. And that's a speed socket to where you can turn the handle like this and it'll actuate it also. But there's 3 bolts you got to remove. One there, one on the bottom, and one on that other side. And then up here underneath the hydraulic pump, there are 3 bolts there. I would recommend taking the very back one out first because it is very hard to get to, and you don't want it loose trying to take that out. So we're going to take all of those out and go from there. This is what I got from Tractor Supply. I took this out of my kit, which is 7/16 14. That's what fits inside the tube real good. And I bought this piece of all thread right here. And I went ahead and got some nuts and some washers to go on it. And I got this piece out of my tool kit. This is just an adapter. We're going to call it a piece of pipe, but I'm going to be using it to pull this tube out. And we're going to cut this off because this is a little bit too long. So we're going to cut this off and make it fit better on there. Okay, so this is my setup right here. I'm going to put this in here like this. And this is going to screw in to the orifice tube, which this is the new one right here. And this is the big end. And this is the small end. So this one goes on the inside and this one sticks out on the edge. We're going to be threading this end with this tool and this end just like this on the one that's in the tractor. And once we get it deep enough in threads, which we're going to try to go all the way in it with the threads, and that way this will screw in there a pretty good bit. So that when we unscrew this, it'll work out right. So I'm gonna film basically tapping the one that's in the tractor and we'll go from there. All right, we're gonna put this in this tube right here and we're gonna get it lined up straight as we can. Let me straighten this up. And we're just gonna tap it like this. Now there's plenty of oil in it, so you don't have to worry about oil in the tube at all. And it's cutting threads. Now I'm kind of keeping an eye on the side, looking at it this way to see if that tube is spinning, but it's not spinning. It's still cutting. I still see some shavings. Now I'm gonna back it up a little bit just so that I can clear what I've cut so far.
Okay, now we're gonna go forward again. Now so far, this is cutting pretty simple. Let's hope it stays that way. We'll just keep going really slow. All right, that's enough. Now we'll back it up a little bit. And I'm using a 7/16 by 14 tap. 7/16 by 14 tap. All right, we get it back down to where we was cutting again. All right, we are cutting. We are still cutting. All right, let's back it up a little bit. Okay. All right, let's cut some more. Now we've cut all the way in to where the tap's inside. Now this is the important part, is to make sure you've got enough room to get enough threads to pull it out of here, you know. Can we go further than that? I think we can, but I think this is going to be plenty as far as that goes. But we're going to try it. If we need to go further, we'll go further. Well, it still ain't wanting to come out yet. Okay, so it cut those threads good. All right, let's pull this in here.
Unless that had, I didn't see where it locked that tube, but plus we need to be in neutral, right, when you get ready.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Chocks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna put this in here with this wrench. I'm gonna put it in here like this. We're not gonna put it too tight. We're gonna put it just enough threads. Okay, that's perfect right there. Okay. We'll move this bucket out of the way. And we're gonna get this lined up straight right here. And we're gonna start. Oh, I heard it pop.
Don't rush it.
Okay. Let's see what it looks like. I'm gonna see if it come out any. You might wanna look, so back it up and look, you know. That was a good pop, I hope. Boy, that sucker is tight.
Maybe that's why I had it open where you could watch it. Make sure.
Let's see if it bumped any. We put a little pressure on it. Uh-oh. I need another 11/16 pop.
Open in.
11/16, yeah, open in be good. Did we get any movement on it? Let's see.
I mean, something.
Oh yeah, we got some movement.
Something's having to move. If it ain't, it broke.
Oh yeah, it's moving. Oh yeah, it's moving. It's just tight, but it did move a little bit. That's what that pop was. Yeah, it's moving.
Growing now.
Getting a little easier. But it did a good pop, didn't it? still needs some slack, boy. I'll put this one on there. Maybe it'll do better. Oh, there we go. Okay, look at that. It's coming on.
You're gonna have to take that stuff.
Yep.
I know you go all the way back.
Let's see. There it is. The orifice tube is out. Now let's see if we can't find where our hole is in it.
All right.
There's your hole right there. After we cleaned it up, of course, you can see the hole. Let me get it right here where you can see a little better. You can see how rusted it is right there. It's pretty bad. But here's the new one is sitting right here beside it though. And we'll take all this plastic off of it and we'll dip it in oil before we put it in. We're gonna use this bolt right here and we're gonna push it in like this end and just tap it in there. We'll probably use a board and some basically some spray lube of some sort to get it in there right. And we'll do that here in just a second. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on there. Let's get this started. It should go in there pretty easy up to a certain point. And that's the point right there. It's way easier than I thought it was gonna go.
Until that point.
Till this point. I'm gonna look and make sure it's flush. Still not flush yet. One more lick. I think we're good there. Maybe one more tap. You don't want to overdo it, that's for sure. Now, that's it. We're in. That was not hard at all. That was not hard at all. Now we can start putting everything back together.
We're rocking.
All right, we got this just about buttoned up. You got to put just enough on it to know it's torqued. That's torqued. That's torqued. All right. I already torqued these, but I'll go over them one more time with this socket wrench. All right, click, click. I ain't gonna twist that. Okay, that's good. All right. Now, all we gotta do is put the plugs back in, refill it with good oil, and we should be good to go. This kind of oil we're gonna use, because this oil is for transmission and hydraulic oil. They all share the same reservoir, so we want to use good oil and keep it consistent. We don't want to mix a whole bunch of different kinds. So this is the oil we're going to use. We're going to go ahead and start capping this out, filling this up, and go ahead and put our plugs back in and get everything going. And we'll check everything and we'll see if this thing moves under its own power when we get through. Now we've got the tube fixed on the tractor there. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to rebuild the hydraulic pump. And it hooks up to the motor. I'll walk around here and show you guys where it is. But we're going to rebuild that pump right there. So that'll be the next thing that we build on this Ford 641 WorkMaster. It's a good tractor. It's been a good tractor for many, many years. And it's going to be a good tractor for many, many more. So come back and see us. And we'll work on that hydraulic pump next. We're going to do lots of little things to it, off and on. We've already done the lights here. Got my finger in the way. But we've already put LED headlights in it and got those done and wired up. And we've already made a seat cover. This is a seat cover that we made for it a couple of years ago. But it's getting a little bit better and better with age. Just like everything else, with age, things get better. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.